Now I'll take a simple example to show object as function argument. So in this example, we are going to modify the content of object using a function. That function contains the object as a argument. Let us take class demo. I'll take a data member int x. Okay. As usual, to read value we need a function called void read. In this program I change the function name read. Cout, enter x value, cin extraction x, and one more function void display, or I'll take void print cout insertion x is equal to x. Okay, function close. I'll take one more function void modify. Void modify. Later I'll complete this. Now I'll close the class. So this class having how many functions? 3 functions. One is read function, another one is print function, and one more is modify function. I'll modify, or I can define here itself. I'll define modify function inside the class. Okay. I have to write actual code here, isn't it? Okay, right now let us write the main function here. Okay, void main. I'll take 2 objects here. What are the 2 objects? D1 and D2. Demo D1, D2. You know that whenever you create objects, memory gets allocated. For D1, I'll write here D1 there is a memory, and for D2 also there is another memory location. Understood? Let us assume the address is 200. Here the address is 300. Every object having a data member called x, isn't it? Let us input value for each object. The function is there. D1, I'll write cout insertion D1. Easily we can understand if you write the statement whose value it is. D1 dot input. There is a function, no input function to get value, and we have to input values for D2 also. D2 dot input. Okay. Now I'll call modify function to modify the data member of D2. D2 na values the modify madana. Let us assume the value of D1 is 10 and value of D2 is 15. Okay. I'll call the function modify function. I will pass D2 as an argument. D1 dot modify D2. This is the way to pass object as argument here, isn't it? See, this is in this video I am explaining object as function argument. So I have considered the situation here. We have taken a function modify. That function has to modify the content of D2, and D2 is passed as an argument. Understood? Let us come to definition, function definition. See here, I am defining this function inside the class itself. Void modify. What type of argument are you passing here? D2, isn't it? D2 you are passing. D2 is which type? Demo type. So I must declare demo D to receive the value of D2. Whenever you declare demo D, there is a memory for D also, isn't it? Some 700. Let us consider the address is 700. It's also containing X. Idrallu X irutte. I'll continue here. Open flower bracket. Now I'll modify the value of D2. The value of D2 is copied to D, no? Now I have to change D. D dot x is equal to D dot x plus 2. Close. Function close. So what we are doing here? We have taken one function called modify. To that function I am passing D2 as an argument. In this function I am modifying these D2 value by using the object D. After modification, let us display D2. Cout insertion. After modification, cout insertion D2. Who has to display function D2 dot display, open close, get ch, close. See what's happening here. We have taken two objects D1 and D2. Whenever we create object, there is a memory for D1 and D2. We have assumed values x is equal to 10, here x is 15. We have taken modify function. That function modify the value of D2. The D2 is an object. It is passing as an argument to this function. When we execute this program, you know that always execution starts from main function. I'll write the output here. So which statement executes first here? D1, this statement, cout statement. It displays D1 arrow, isn't it? After that, D1 dot input. We are calling input function with the help of D1 object. Now what is, here I have taken read function, read, R-E-A-D, read. Here, not display, it's a print. In every program we have taken input and display, so I got confused here. D1 dot read. So this function will be executed. Enter x value. Enter x value, isn't it? Let us give 10. 10 anta kottidini. So that 10 is stored in D1, isn't it? After that, after finishing execution here, again control come back to main function. Next thing is D2. D2 arrow. After this statement, D2 dot input. Here also, read. Read function. Again read function will be executed. Now the value goes to D2, 15. I'll take 15. Enter x value. Now the x value goes to D2. Yardu D2. Adike idan kottirodu. 15. When user input these values goes to the respective memory location. After this statement, D1 dot modify D2, isn't it? We are calling modify function with the help of D1 object and we are passing D2 as an argument. Now control goes to modify function, isn't it? What is there here? Demo D. We are passing D2, no? Here. The value of D2 copied to D. Copy item. What is there in D2? 15. 15 is there, no? Now D also having 15. See, our intention is to modify 15. 15 ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯಾವ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಡಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ. ಒಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು D2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನೇ. D2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು? ಡಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು. ಸೊ D dot x is equal to D dot x plus 2. What is there in D dot x? D dot x ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? 15. 15 plus 2, 17. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ? 17 ಆಯ್ತು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯಿತು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯಿತು. When you consider main function, what we understood, we have taken two objects and we have given values for those objects and we are modifying objects. After modification, the value will be modified and we can view that modified value. ಆ ಥರ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, isn't it? When you print D2 dot print, what is there in D2? Still 15 is there. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾರಿಂದ? ಡಿ ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, isn't it? So when you call print function, where is that print function? Here. X value will be displayed. See here. D2 after modification. After modification. After modification, d2 arrow, d2 ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ 15 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. x is equal to 15. ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರೋದು x is equal to 15 ಅಂತ. See here, why I have taken this example. Whenever you pass object as a function argument, there are two methods. One is pass by value, another one is pass by reference. In this example, we are passing d2. d2 ಬರೀ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ d2 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ d2 ನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ d ಇದೆ. So this is passing object as a function, pass by value. Actually it is a pass by value. Value is going to pass here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ d2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ d ಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. In pass by value, if you make any changes in the function definition, it will not affect the original object. Understood? So, another method is there, no? Pass by reference. What happened? See, one more thing you should remember here. In pass by value, there are two sets of memory locations. One is, ಈಗ d2 ಅಂತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, d2 ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ d2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಮೆಮೊರಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಮೆಮೊರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಬೈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಬೈ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ampersand, demo space ampersand d. Ampersand, when you write this operator, what happens? There is no separate set of memory here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, what happens here? The same d2 memory location, the same memory location is identified by another name d, that is called alias name. D is a alternative name for d2. The same memory location is now identified by two objects. If you make any changes on that value by using any of these objects, d ಇಂದನಾದ್ರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ, d2 ಇಂದನಾದ್ರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿಗೆನೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. Now I change d dot x is equal to d dot x plus 2. d dot x, what is there in d? 15. 15 plus 2, 17. 17 will be changed here. ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಮೆಮೊರಿಗೆನೆ ಎರಡು ನೇಮ್ ಇದೆ. So that is the advantage of call by reference. See here, in this concept, object as function argument, we can pass object in two ways. One is pass by value, another one is pass by reference. So what is the disadvantage of pass by value? We have already come across that. And pass by reference, so if you make any changes in a function definition, it affects the original value. In the exam, if they ask explain object as function argument, you need to explain both pass by value and pass by reference. How to write answer for this question I have given in the material. How much you have to write. If they ask separately, explain object as function argument as a pass by value and as a pass by reference, if separate questions are there, that is also I have given in the material. Please go through that material. I hope you understood this concept, object as function argument.